evening, Sean Green here with your Sports Night. Beginning with cricket news, West Indies A team. Well, the team is currently 191 for 6 in the first innings on day 1 of the third unofficial 4-day test against the England Lions. That's being played at the Sir Vivian Richards ground in Antigua. Electing to bat first on the ongoing day-night match, Shamar Brooks has so far top scored. He has 63, and that knock includes 9 fours. The West Indies A, remember, they have an unassailable 2-0 lead in this series. Well, Sean Simpson and Megan Best remain champions in the men's and women's BOA Barbados Senior National Squash Championships, and playing in the finals at the Squash Center at the Marine Gardens yesterday. Simpson took his 10th men's title, while Best is wearing her 3rd crown, and we'll have highlights in tomorrow's Sports Night. In football news, the Barbados Defence Force Sports Program are the champions of the inaugural Williams Equipment Preseason Cup. Playing last night at the Empire Ground against Britain's Hill, the soldiers eked through on penalties. Here's Kamal Haynes.
The anticipation is over. It's the big final between BDF Sports Program in the fluorescent green and black kit up against Britain's Hill. BDF with an early opportunity in the first half to make it 1-0, but Omani Leacock kicks it wide. Just minutes later, BDF still on the attack in search of their first goal, but the striker misses the target. Britain's Hill with a set piece in a dangerous area, but the strength of the BDF defense showed, working the ball out of the 18-yard box and igniting a quick counter-attack with a long pass, reaching the boot of Tishan Lord. He tries his luck, but is denied by the keeper. Now to the second half, Britain's Hill with their closest chance in the game, in the danger zone. The defender, however, had the last say. With no goals in regular or extra time, it all came down to penalties. Omani Leacock steps up for BDF, but gets saved by the keeper. First up for Britain's Hill was Kemar Smith, and he gave them the 1-0 lead. Shane Codrington was next up for BDF and found the back of the net to level the score 1-1. Captain Rohan Hall with a chance to put his team back in the lead, but Kishmar Primus denies the entry. Keeper to keeper, and Primus puts BDF in front 2-1. Pressure now on Omar Archer, and he levels the game at 2-0 for Britain's Hill. The next 9 penalty takers converted until this decisive moment. BDF 7-6 up on penalties. The game in the hands of Jabari Greenwich to keep Britain's Hill in the match, but great keeping by Primus prevents the goal and gives BDF Sports Program the 7-6 victory on penalties and the preseason cup title. Kamal Haynes, CBC Sports.
Well, thanks, Kamal. In the third place playoff, Abraham United Silver Sands defeated Crane and Equipment Ellerton 1-0 after Mario Burkett scored the lone goal in the very first minute of the game. Now on to some track and field news, and Set A Stinging Ants dethroned Set B Bumblebees to win the Dighton Griffith Inter-House School Sports held at the National Stadium today. Now Set A tallied a total of 1,065 points, while Set B settled for second with 901. Set D, the Green Ants, and Set C's Raging Tigers were third and fourth respectively. The Victor Ludorm went to Jaden Hoyt of Set A. He had 75 points, and Rakila Fagan of Set D won the Victrix with 60 points. Again, here's Kamal Haynes. He was there for the 400 meters.
We start with the under-13 girls 400-meter event. Off to a slow start with no separating one from the other. But the final 100 meters sees Summer Garden of Set A in lane 2 comfortably in front. She runs her way to victory. Sierra Rayside of Set C finished second, while Shakenya Allen of Set D finished third. The under-13 boys also got off to a slow start. The K-Ray Hunt of Set B in lane 7, however, accelerated faster than the pack and led most of the race. But the final stretch saw Junior Carlett of Set C well in front to take the goal. Devontae Skeet of Set A took silver, while Hunt claimed bronze. The under-15 girls had nothing to shout about at the beginning of the race, but the final turn saw a bit of competition between the girls, with Zakola Jackson of Set B in front. She holds on to win. Housemate Brian Yearwood Motley finished second, while Jadavia Beckles of Set C finished third. To the boys on the 15s, and with just under 200 meters left, a two-way battle between Makihai Ford of Set A and Jabanton Boys of Set C. The final 100 meters see Shaquille Hinkson of Set C joining the party, but Ford holds on to take the gold, while Boyce and Hinkson settle for silver and bronze respectively. The under-17 girls race was a straightforward one. Michaela Fagan of Set D, running in lane 6, controlled the entire race, distancing herself from the rest of the pack. Fast forward to the final stretch, Fagan eases to victory. Shania Gill of Set B takes second, while Rihanna Taylor of Set D finishes third. The boys on the 17 was off to a quick start with no clear winner at that point, but the final turn saw a battle between Calvin Ford of Set A and housemate Christine Cummings. Ford does enough to take the victory, while Cummings settles for second. Dwayne Cadogan of Set B finishes third. To the big girls of the school, the under-20s, only 4 athletes in this race. Chantal Bailey of Set B in lane 6 gets off to a quick start and starts to build a lead. That pace, however, slowed down and saw Gabriella Davis of Set C in lane 4 taking over the lead. But Bailey summoned every ounce of energy in her body to fight her way back to the lead in the final meters of the race. She takes the win. Second went to Davis, while Takia Bayer of Set A takes third. The under-20 boys race was the most competitive of them all. Nathan Hoyt of Set B makes his move in the early stages, but Zaire Trotman of Set A kept close to Hoyt and eventually took the lead. The final 100 meters, however, saw Hoyt regaining his lead, but it was apparently taking a toll on his body as he felt for his hamstring. But he still held on to take the victory. Antoine Branham of Set D edged out Trotman to take second, while Trotman settled for third. Kamal Haynes, CBC Sports.
Coming up, the Gold Cup entries. And we're back. The Garrison Savannah has been a hive of activity as the build-up is on for Saturday's running of the Sandy Lane Gold Cup. Well, CBC's Anna-Marie Burke is making treks to the Savannah where the horses are getting prepared for the big race. Tonight she takes a look at the first 2 entries, Just a Fashion and Infrared.
But one of the major races in Barbados, the thirst for Gold Cup glory is a great one for the 2016 champion horse, Just a Fashion. The coveted Gold Cup is the only big race he's yet to claim, and for champion trainer Victor Cheeseman, it is also the most eluded of victories. Drawn on the rail out of post position number 1, Cheeseman said he's quite comfortable taking the running from the inside, as compared to last year's draw on the outside of the field. All in all, Just a Fashion, no stranger to the big race, should not be counted out.
Coming around this time, you find that you peak. You went the last race you ran a very good race. You ran second. Northern Star catch him on the box. I think he will run a very good race in the World Cup. He's training well, he look well, and I'm looking for a very good race for him.
Now, you can't determine the turf so early, but we've been having a lot of rain, which suggests that it's possibly to have a soft turf. How would that affect Just a Fashion's running?
Well, Just a Fashion. I think a little cut in the ground will suit him very good. He have a little joint, so a little cut will do him good. And I walked the track this morning, and it feels very, very, very good. Look very good. Just you got a little cut in the ground if it's still like this here.
Any preparation has changed between last year and this year?
Well, no preparation has changed. You just work the suit as the horse look and feel. You have to work the suit and the races that he had before. You just have to work the suit and everything will go right.
Like last year, Just a Fashion will be piloted by jockey Antonia Bishop. Out of post position number 9 is the Richard Dean trained Infrared. A starter in last year's Gold Cup, he'll be paired with his usual rider Rashid Hughes. His connections, Martin and Dan Reisman, were hoping for an inside draw, but out of post position number 9, he has his work cut out for him. He's a horse in form and one who'll be carrying the local mantle, being homebred. When Hughes takes the reins, he's looking to make all the running come Saturday.
I think you have a good chance. Two horses, you have to watch it, Shiny Copper and Sadagli Dix, but among the local horses, I think he's one of the best. And chance is 50-50. The plan is simple. Let's break, get a nice position, draw away, so the aim is to get across and then be caught two-way and see how it goes from there.
Infrared is no stranger to the Gold Cup. It's not his first time in. How do you feel though going into the big race?
I feel confident, I feel calm, relaxed. And the second time, so I got an idea how the race runs. So I'll be looking to win this year.
So there's a look at two of the starters, Just a Fashion and Infrared, who are ready to get out of the gates on Saturday for the Sandy Lane Gold Cup.
And we're back. Now, if you take a trip to the Garrison Savannah and walk into the winner's circle, and you see the idolized Blast of Storm, the most decorated Gold Cup horse. Now, this 2002 flashback will depict just why he has such an honor.
It's time now for our golden flashback. A look at those Gold Cup races that left racing fans at the edge of their seats for every twist and turn of the race. No horse has done what Blast of Storm has achieved, winning 3 back-to-back Gold Cup races. The year was 2002. Partnered with its mainstay jockey Jono Jones, the two had something to prove. Blast of Storm and Jono would make it a hat-trick of wins, and in style, speeding to a record time of 1 minute 48.60 seconds.
Then Airy Hill, Wally tucked in, making ground, and talk about Lucky. Blast of Storm coming up on the inside, so too Wahoo. But wide on the outside as they go around the turn, it is Airy Hill. The trailer at the moment is New Millennium, who got out very badly. The first quarter is in 24-2. As a 5.5 to run, it is Nicodemus, another decision, Blast of Storm. Then on the outside is Wally. Then between horses going nicely is Wahoo. Then talk about Lucky. And then Adawa still at the back, and then pulled up is Keats Bay, and then last of all is New Millennium. They go with 4 furlongs to run, and the leader on the inside is Nicodemus, but Wally now tackles in to go on. The third place horse is Blast of Storm, another decision still on a tight hold. Wahoo been asked to go, but they reach the top of the hill, and it is still Nicodemus on Wally, but Wally looks very comfortable in front. Blast of Storm beginning to catch him, but it is the 3 of these as they come back to the quarter mark, and it is Wally who goes, but Blast of Storm is rolling him up as they come to past the quarter mark. They got a furlong and a half to go. Nicodemus is third. Talk about Lucky is trying, but it's between the first two as they come for home. Half husbands of Jonathan Jones, and here comes Blast of Storm inside the final furlong. In the inside is Airy Hill, but Blast of Storm drawing away from Airy Hill. The third horse on the outside is Talk about Lucky, Storm Hunter, but Blast of Storm is going to make it 3 in a row, and does now. Blast of Storm wins it by half a length from Wally. Then the next.
That's Golden Flashback, a look at those Gold Cup races that we just can't forget.
And here are some of the events happening tomorrow, February the 27th. The Inter-House Sports continue with Parkinson at the National Stadium. That start time is 9 a.m. The Girls Schools Basketball, that also continues with 4 games at various venues. The bounce-off time is 3:15 p.m. The National Long Course Swimming Championships, those will begin at 6 p.m. of course at the Aquatic Center. And the Best in BIM Pool Series continues at the Casablanca Pool Hall from 7:30 p.m. So that's how we start the week. Hey, another program of Sports Night tomorrow, live the same time, 8:05 p.m. right here on CBC TV 8. I'm Sean Green. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing.